have to dig deep. Bear with me. Manuela, in my next life, I will be you. Thank you for having me here. Everyone has been thanking Sebastian. I don't know why I am here and why I got picked, but I am grateful, grateful. So I am the founder of the CLEO Institute. CLEO is an acronym for Climate Leadership Through Engagement Opportunities. I was supposed to be a doctor, and I defied my family, and I became a teacher. My brother's a doctor. He's richer, but I'm happier. I'm also a consultant, a program designer, a real passionate person about community engagement. But when people ask me, what do you do for a living? I say, I'm an influencer. And they go, what? I say, yes, I'm an influencer. Because I believe we are all people pebbles. If you put a pebble into a pond, what will happen? It will ripple, right? Now, if we are people pebbles, then we're always rippling. And there's a poet called Jonathan Walton who wrote a poem, and the opening lines were, we are all people pebbles tossed into a pool. Every ripple I create, in turn ripples you. And what the message has been for the entire day is that every one of us has a charge to influence others and to be influenced by others. So we're ripplers. So part of the CLEO Institute's work is to wake up sleeping giants. When I'm in a room with giants right now, and it's such a pleasure. You've given me so much hope that maybe we can really move this needle. So I want to challenge all of us to think about what we're doing well, what we need to do better. And I want to share some of the lessons we've learned with the CLEO Institute and the journey we've taken for the last 15 years. Based in Miami, working throughout the state of Florida with a big footprint in DC and many other states, we are really trying to make everyone see themselves as a climate scholar and a climate leader. And it requires every one of us to believe in other people so that they can see themselves as climate leaders. What we've learned: don't do something because it's possible. Do it because it's needed. Do the hard thing. Don't do the easy thing. Waking up sleeping giants is not easy. A lot of them have a Y chromosome. They're not like us, mis amigas. They need to be drop-kicked into activity. They need to understand the greater good. They need to embrace so much more than wealth and greed. It's not only men, but I married the first, I'm from Trinidad, if you can't tell, I have a little accent. I'm from Trinidad and I live in Miami. I married the first person I ever met who was born in Miami. And he's a brilliant man. And you know what he says? He says, more women have to run for office. What I love most about him, because I've done a lot of pretty good things and gotten lots of accolades in my life, and the stronger I am, the more he loves me. And this is good. But his message is this: men run for office to be somebody. Women run for office to get things done. Now, I know that there are men in here who don't fit that role that I'm describing, and we love you and we thank you. But we want you to help us wake up some more of your Y chromosome carrying brethren. So at the CLEO Institute, founded in 2010, when the climate scientist said, Caroline, help us. Nobody's getting the message, the local, regional climate scientists. And I said, well, how bad is the data? Because I'm a science teacher, a school principal. I had created programs reaching hundreds of thousands of kids annually, so I was busy. And they go, come on, help us, because they knew I was forming a nonprofit in 2010. They go, focus on climate. I said, well, how bad is the data? Remind me. And they showed it to me, and you know what I said? Give me 6 months. I'll break it down, I'll simplify the science, I will scare everybody into action, and we will fix this. Clio just started its 15th year. We've made a lot of changes. We've helped wake up a lot of people. The climate tent here in Miami-Dade County is larger and fuller. I got so exhausted by my work that I had to hire a new executive director who's in the room here. I want to have you hang out. And Yoka, together with a leadership team from heaven, are really, really trying to move the needle. We have business leaders and elected officials as our North Star. They have to care. They have to get it. Because we cannot change the systems that have created this problem without political and economic will. So we need that. We have woken up young people who are unapologetic once they understand the climate science, to demand more and to be unapologetic. And we at Clio promised them, our Gen Clio movement, generation of young climate, we've promised them, we will give you the microphone, we will give you a platform, but you better know your facts. Because passion alone doesn't carry the day. You have to have the science and the justice completely understood. You have to understand that climate change is not just about sea level rise. It's about everything we've been talking about today. Heat and health and food and water vulnerability, displacement, migration. If this country that I have now adopted as my own thinks we have immigration issues now, just wait. And we cannot say yes to everybody, and we cannot say no to everybody, so we have got to figure it out. We believe that frontline communities who have done nothing to cause the problem and who absolutely feel the effects the most have got to find and share their voices. We believe in procedural justice. Don't just talk about it and say, come sit at our table. Take your table to the community. Give them a chance to tell us what they want to see fixed. There's a woman in here I want to point out because I've known her for a few decades, Daniela Levine Carver, our mayor. And she gets this. She gets this, and she has built this community of caring and trying to get everybody at the table. So what we've learned, don't do it just because it's possible, do it because it's needed. Accept the urgency of the science. Embrace the justice lens. Cut it out, folks. We are living here in Miami-Dade County. And when we talk about vulnerability, I have to remind everybody that between the poor and the working poor, more than 50% of our population of almost 3 million are living paycheck to paycheck. And when we tell them prepare for, recover from an oncoming hurricane or whatever, we have no idea what that means to a family of 9 living in a 2-bedroom house, or not living in a 2-bedroom house, living in a car. So we have got to put that justice lens globally, but also in our own backyards. We have to educate to engage. Education is not filling pails, it's lighting fires. And as a teacher, I am so proud to have told my mom before she passed that hundreds of the students I taught went on to be doctors. And I'm telling you, I lit fires in those kids, and those kids lit fires in me. So every one of us who sees ourselves as embracing education, understand your power to light flames in other people. and solutions. Do not just talk about adaptation. If we spend another dime trying to save the coral reefs, I'm going to lose my mind. Because we're never going to save the coral reefs if we don't stop the warming of the oceans. So every penny we invest in trying to save the coral reefs, we should spend hundreds of pennies trying to mitigate the climate crisis. Keep it in the ground. Oil, coal, and gas took millions and millions of years to form. And in 200 years, we have been living la vida loca. Burning it up to live our lives and do things. So at Clio, we say to everyone, do not underestimate your ability to influence change. And we challenge everybody with 2 scales and tell them that you're on a journey with us and we aren't letting you go. I'm gonna give you the 2 scales. Your first scale is your climate knowledge, your climate literacy. How much do you know? 1 to 10. 1, I know nothing. I know Caroline was just freaked out, but I don't know why. 10 is I'm a published climate scientist. I know everything. Where are you? Yell out your number. 8, 6, 4. I'm about a 6.5 because I know how much I don't know, but I'm learning. I'm going to be a 7 by next week. So the idea is that it's a journey. Wherever you are on that scale, make a commitment to learn more, to understand more, to connect the dots between everything that is the climate crisis. The second scale is your climate engagement. How much do you do? How much do you talk about climate? Do you vote with a climate lens? Whether you are Democrat, Republican, or independent, are you asking the people you're voting for to care about climate? 1 to 10. 1, I don't talk to anybody. I'm an island. Leave me alone. 10 is I do not shut up about climate. My family hates me. I have nowhere to go for Thanksgiving. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
12.
Well, I just want to say, I believe in your power to influence change. So many of you in this room have influenced me. So embrace your power. You are, from this day on, a people pebble. Thank you.